Hello, my name is Maleek Patterson. I am a guitar instructor, artist, and producer, multi-instrumentalist actually, sponsored by the New State MKE. I am happy to be here today at No Studio with my first ever guitar student. And I will be teaching Muscle Memory 101. So the first question, that we're going to start off with is, who are you, Sasha?
I am Sasha, and I'm excited to be here today. I'm going to learn guitar.
Today's lesson will be about muscle memory and the ear, how the two are connected. I believe they are connected very much because what you hear, you call these your gates. So what goes into your gates goes into the brain area, and it goes into your memory. It goes into the meditation system, which is a part of your brain. So what you hear, it will definitely display your ability to catch on to things. So right now, what level are you? Beginner, intermediate, or advanced?
Beginner.
Beginner? Okay, awesome. So we're gonna start you off by knowing the name of each string on the guitar, which usually has an average of 6 strings. So your first string is your E. You're not dealing with your fingers this time, but we'll dive into that later in this lesson. So you're strumming your very first string, which is your E string. Very good, very good. Now your second string is called your A string. Very good. Your third string is your D string. D as in dog. And it's ironic because your fourth string is your G string. So look at the D and the G strings as like you're skipping the O. You're spelling dog without the O. E-A-D without the O, G string. D-O-G. That's one way you can remember it. And then your fifth string is your B string. B as in boy. Now I see you don't have the last string there, but usually what comes after that, after the B, it's the E. Only a higher octave, like 2 octaves up from your first string. And we'll dive into that later. So E, A, D, G, B, E. Can you run that back to me?
Okay. E, A, D, G, and
Drum roll, please. So the next string is your B.
yeah, B.
And then what string is after that starts over?
Your E.
That's it. So E, repeat after me. E, A, D, G,
G,
B,
B.
and then E. Yeah, so you got it. And I see you're holding the guitar correctly. That's one thing that I've been just doing my whole life, was just playing with my thumb, like see how my thumb is not behind the fretboard. So just to set an example, One thing that you ought to remember is to always have your thumb behind the fretboard. We're going to go over where your notes are on the fretboard. We're going to dive into the fretboard side of things. And speaking of fretboard, I want to run over really quickly where the parts, what each part of the guitar is called. Mind you, this is electric, as you all can see. This right here, this whole thing is the body of a guitar. Like this, the body of a guitar, all right? This right here, this whole thing, it's the neck of the guitar, all right? And this is the head of the guitar, headstock. So body, neck, headstock. So it's very much like the body itself. It's like body, neck, head. So now if we dive into what's on the body, you can look at this as, you know, your nose, your mouth, your eyes, like every object of, especially when it comes to music, every object that I look at, it seems to have a face to it. Like this right here is called the bridge. Can you show me where your bridge is?
Right here.
And this is the?
No.
Oh no, this whole thing.
Oh, body.
Yep, the body. And this is?
The neck.
All right, just testing you. And what is this?
Head.
That's it. So moving right along, this is the bridge of the guitar, and these are called pickups. So the pickup of a guitar, it basically has magnets that carry sound. Like if you put a guitar on like a surface, if you do this, if you place it on this table right here, you can kind of hear the sound. So that's what these are doing. These pickups right here, the little magnet circles that you see right here, you have them too. And they pick up that sound with the strings almost touching them. But if you look from this angle, you can see that they're barely touching, but they're close, which is why they can carry that amount of sound. Because also, mind you, these pickups are built into the guitar, into the electronics inside of a guitar, which explains the science of things. So moving right along, these are pickups. Can you show me your pickups? Yep, and then the
bridge?
Yes. So on a Stratocaster, the neck position, the middle position, and the bridge position. Right now, there's some guitars like that one that just have the neck position and the bridge position. And then you can hear them by just simply switching to each one. Neck, both of these, just middle. Now it's in the middle in the bridge, and then now it's just a bridge. I like to play with these two. So moving right along, these are your knobs of a guitar, and the first one always controls your volume. So you can lower it down or turn it up. And that comes in handy when you're plugged in. So the first one in a Stratocaster instance, that's what these are called when you see the single coil and the double coil and all that. Diving into deeper detail into that later. The second one is the tone of the guitar. So do you want it to sound like this, or do you want it to have more treble? So, so that's what that does. And then the third tone, the third knob down here, which you don't have one, you have only a second one. So the guitar you have basically gets straight to the point. It's just like, okay, you have treble or you don't. Mine's is kind of beating around the bush, but at least yours is has more straightforwardness. It's honest. Yeah, so moving along, you don't have one, but I actually have what I call a pick guard. I like to place my picks here sometimes. Shout out to Musical Round. Yeah, awesome music store. Anyway, yeah, this is the input jack, which you use to plug a cord in. And that's where you can hear all the electronics within the guitar. Now, this right here on the neck is your fretboard. And what these little dots here are called, they're called inlays. So, why they call it a fretboard? Because these frets, these are called frets.
Yeah.
Right? E, like F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and then that's when you get to your A. But diving into the details of notes later on, we're going to start you off now with a single chord or two. So right now you're going to place your pointer finger on the second fret of the A string, which is your second string. Not your third fret, nope, you're close. Go up, right there. Now what else you're gonna do is put your second finger, your middle finger, on the second fret, which is the same fret, on the third string, which is your D string. Almost. Yep, that's it. Now strum the guitar all together, all the strings. Oh, in case you're wondering what this is called the Whammy Bar, ladies and gentlemen, that I like to use when I'm performing. That is called your E chord. There you go. See, what you're playing is a scary chord, almost sometimes, like, so. You see how that sounds like Jaws? No, I was just kidding. But this is your E chord. You can just, like, you know, one of those mariachi bands, the El Tigre. So, anyway, yeah, that's your E chord. And now what we're going to do Now we're gonna dive into your major, how to turn that into a major. It's easier than it looks, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to, this time, you're not using your pointer finger and your middle finger. This time you're using your middle finger and your third finger. On the second fret, up, so the same finger position. Oh. I forgot to mention one, well, a little more details on the parts of the guitar here. So these are your tuners. The first one tunes your E, and the second one tunes your A. The third one tunes your D. The fourth one tunes your what?
G.
There you go. And then the fifth one tunes your
boy.
Mm-hmm. And yep. And then what does it start over?
E.
There you go. So, continuing on, we left off turning your minor into a major. So in that, ladies and gentlemen, you're actually going a half step up. If you can hear that in the chord, so minor. Now it's major. It's like daylight. Now it's nighttime. Uh-oh. So I look at chords as an expression. Oh God. Relief. So this goes into one of my points. Music is actually a language. It's a language that many all across the universe speak. And where one language fails, well, music is always there. So, were you just playing it? Wait a minute. Okay. All right. You got me pumped up. All right. So we just got off of having your pointer finger on the second fret of the second string, right? So now you're switching that, and you definitely have the right idea. Your fingers are almost in the right position. And remember to keep that thumb behind that fretboard though while you're doing it. So we're gonna take it one finger at a time. So we're just gonna do that. We're just gonna there you go. Now, starting off fresh, put your second finger, watch me. Second finger on there you go, on the second fret of the A string, your second string. And now, as you're doing that, and that's okay if it comes just a little bit, just a little bit, because it is a little bit of a stretch, especially for beginners that are just starting off with the guitar. It's okay if the thumb comes out of hiding just a little bit, so that's all right. So now the next thing that you're going to do is put your third finger. You know how Spider-Man, you mentioned Spider-Man earlier. Mm-hmm. You know how he does that? It shoots out his web. So this is what you're kind of doing right here, if you didn't notice. So you're putting your third finger on the second fret, which is the same fret as your, as I told you, of your middle finger. So you want to really, it's kind of a stretch. So what you're going to do is just put your third finger and squeeze it into the third string. So frets, once again, they are where you play your notes. So a fret is blocks. Look at frets as Lego blocks. You familiar with Lego blocks?
Yeah.
So look at them as Lego blocks, and blocks in general. You just look at them as bricks of the guitar, and this makes the house as a whole. Yeah, so you got the right idea. But yeah, these are like blocks that produce sound and different notes. What you're gonna do is, you had the perfect idea right there, and you're doing what I did. So put your middle finger, remember, on the second, move it up, yep, there you go. Now put your third finger, leave the other fingers out. Remember Spider-Man, yeah, Spider-Man web position, there you go. Move it, scooch it up, your third finger, while keeping the same, there you go. There you go, that's close enough. And now, you're adding your pointer finger on the first fret of your G string.
So the string?
Yep, you got it. You got it. You know that the Mariachi band chords that I was playing earlier? So, ignoring all that. There you go. Oh. So she's revealing another technique that I was going to dive into later. So what she's doing, and from what I'm hearing, she's muting the, that's one of the ways to mute the notes that you're playing. So only I'm doing it with my palm, but there's no right or wrong way to do it. So what she's doing, without using her palm on the strumming hand, what she's doing, she's muting it with where she places the fingers as far as positioning for notes. That's what she's doing. And she is genius for that. Give me some. I told you she was gonna be awesome. She's awesome in what, 30 minutes? So, yeah. So move it back on down. And then move it fourth down. There you go, that's perfect, that is perfect. So you wanna make sure you press down too, and make sure that it is not muted, but you wanna make sure it doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to place your fingers in the position of these notes hard, but make sure it's down enough and like it's somewhat firm to where you can hear them clearly, to where it's not muted. Especially with chords like this, the Mariachi band chord. Yeah. Wait, do that once, just. But you got it. You got it. Move it down a little bit. Oh no, like, yeah, there you go. All right, A little harder. I'm pressing down. Oh, that's another chord that you revealed there. But back on down. So remember second string, second fret, and second finger. All right. Almost. There you go. Scooch on down. There you go. So. Think of yourself having on a cape, just. Yeah, there you go. Oh, this is, ladies and gentlemen, a guitar pick. A lot of them are chipped from previous performances, but I am going to give Sasha one of my guitar picks so that it's not hard on her fingers, because what you will develop along the way, this all depends on what you decide to play with. You want to play with your fingers, or do you want to play with a pick? I used to play with my thumb. No, I'm just kidding. One thing, when I first got a guitar pick, I was like, awesome! And I popped strings that way. But let me tell you right now, if you don't want a string to be popped, you want to treat it like it's one of your favorite toys, like it's one of the toys that you value. So you want to treat the strings like, I don't know if you, ladies and gentlemen, heard of a guitar like being like your baby. You just you want to treat it like it's your favorite toy. Remember, back into position. So while you're strumming carefully, you definitely want to have the fingers in position, like I showed you. Almost. So, second fret, second. Yeah, there you go. Now you want to have a firm grip on those things. So you want to hold the position of your fingers for dear life. Act like they're running away from you. Like you want to hold it with firm. You want to hold it firm. Like, no, you're not getting away from me. I got you on my grip. You know. So look at it as an Oreo cookie falls into the milk. You're trying to hold on to that for dear life. So that's how you want to hold on to the strings. I love Oreos. I love sweets, period. But anyway, so you got I can tell you kind of got the first part down. But now, all your fingers, you want to have a firm hold on them to where when you strum, you can hear it clearly. Yeah. Still muted. Hold on to it a little tighter. Almost. There you go. So You got it. You got it. So now we're gonna dive into what that's called, and that's called an E major. So remember earlier where I had you just do these two notes right here? Now we turned that E minor into an E major. Now remember the emotions thing that I was telling you about? It was, oh my goodness, I don't know what to expect. Now it's daylight, it's a relief. Like, see how bright that sounds? Just think of yourself getting up in the mornings and then just hearing that chord, like Phineas and Ferb, for all my Phineas and Ferb fans out there. They have that. So you see how it has emotion to it, like. So you see how that chord matches what I'm whistling? So, are you ready for the next chord? Now, do you remember what I taught you? All right, that's the correct position. Now, what is it called?
E major.
Yes. Now, if you take your pointer finger out of the equation, if you leave that completely out, then what is it called?
E minor.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got your first two chords. Now, run over the strings for me. Each string alone, individually. Oh, no. What is your first string called?
E.
What is your second string called? What is your third string called?
D.
What is your fourth string called?
G.
What is your fifth string called?
E.
Almost. Okay. What's the opposite of a girl?
B.
There you go. And now it starts over from?
E.
Awesome. Now, what are these called? Pickups. So, what is this called? So this is your switch. What it is basically what I like to call it, a list of sounds, a list of options of what you want to play from. Which pickup do you want to play from? Do you want to play from the neck? Sorry. Do you want to play from both the middle and the neck? Do you want to play from the middle? Do you want to play from the middle and the bridge? Or do you just want to play from the bridge? So what was covered today, what I went over today with Miss Sasha, I went over how to hold the guitar, which she's doing phenomenal at. I covered how to hold the guitar. I covered each part of the guitar. And I covered techniques and where your notes are. I covered on how it's very important to have your thumb behind the fretboard, which goes into how to hold the guitar. And I also dove into how to tune your guitar. So this concludes our first ever guitar shop, guitar lesson, Muscle Memory 101. Shout out to the New State MKE, which is my first sponsor. Shout out to Miss Sasha over here, who's doing now phenomenal so far. Thank you, and God bless.